Welcome back to our Eastern Sierra adventure. We're waking up here at Coyote Flats after a long day of exploration yesterday. The cool alpine air, the wide open views, and the quiet of the high country make it the perfect place to start day 3 of the journey. Breaking camp always starts with the AT Overland Habitat. A few simple moves, and what was our home for the night folds back into travel mode, ready for the trail ahead. The shelter packed away, it's on to the daily chores, organizing gear, stowing camp, and making sure everything has its place. But before any of that really gets moving, there's one non-negotiable step: coffee. Out here, that first cup isn't just routine, it's fuel for the day and the moment to pause before the adventure begins. Out here, coffee becomes much more than just a morning routine. It's a ritual. The rich smell of fresh beans fills the air as they're poured into the hand grinder, each turn releasing a little more of that earthy aroma. Water begins to boil, steam rising in the cool morning air, and anticipation builds. Finally, the first pour brings it all together: the warmth, the flavor, the best possible start to the day on the trail. Man, this place is beautiful. Just all the big trees, all the green. You know, my buddy Johnny Taco just posted a video about forest bathing. And I'll have to look up more information about it, but he says in Japan, doctors will prescribe what they call forest bathing, which is spending time in the forest to heal your inner self as well as the physical ailments. And I can tell you, towards the end of last week, I wasn't feeling so hot. I was really congested, I was getting a sore throat, everybody in my family is sick. So I came up here, and I have been forest bathing. And I feel straight. I feel fantastic. So we're all packed up, truck's ready to go, tent's closed, coffee's made. I think we're gonna get on the road and then, or on the trail I should say, and work my way out of here. I'll try and grab some more shots for you guys on the way out, because there's some stuff I didn't grab on the way in. I just had some traffic behind me or people coming down the hill. So we'll see if we can wrap all that up, and then I'll see you again probably when we're airing up, if I don't talk to you before that. All right? Cheers. Rolling out of camp on the final morning is always bittersweet. There's a pull to home, family, friends, the comfort of routine, but there's also the weight of leaving behind the beauty and sanctity of the mountains. The morning light filters gently through the pines, casting golden streaks across the forest floor. The crunch of the gravel under the tires makes the beginning of the slow, steady push towards home. On trails like this, though, the journey doesn't simply repeat itself. Because this is an out-and-back trip, we're treated to a whole new experience on the return. The lighting shifts, the angles change, and the Sierra reveals itself in ways it hadn't seen before. Familiar terrain feels fresh again, each bend in the trail offering a new perspective. As we roll towards re-entry and back to reality, there's a comfort in knowing that the beauty we're leaving behind will always be here, waiting for the next adventure. Out here, the drive home carries its own rewards. Climbing out of the dense, shaded forest, the trail opens and we're greeted to one of those views that instantly takes your breath away. This is Coyote Flats. Wide open sage country that seems to stretch endlessly towards the horizon. Rolling hills, scattered rock formations, and the unmistakable feeling of vastness surrounds us. But out here, it's not just the landscape that captures your attention. There's always the sense that you're being watched. The Eastern Sierra is home to an incredible array of wildlife. Mule deer often graze in the sage flats, while coyotes roam the ridgelines. Overhead, you might hear a golden eagle or red-tailed hawk riding the thermals, and if you're lucky, or quiet enough, you could catch a glimpse of the more elusive residents, like the bobcat, or even the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep perched high on the rocky slopes. It's a reminder that we're just visitors here, passing through a landscape that countless species call home, and the sense of wildness is part of what makes Coyote Flats so unforgettable. As we move across the flats with both pace and purpose, we're met with the ever-present scent of sage, light, clean, almost cleansing and cool in the Sierra air. The trail keeps us engaged, carrying us over embedded rocks and through shallow water crossings that add just enough challenge to remind us we're far away from pavement. Eventually, the valley begins to open, and the trail starts to climb. As we rise out of the flats, the earth falls sharply away beside us, revealing a canyon that parallels our route. The rocky walls, the rugged contours, are striking contrast to the wide open sage country we've just crossed. It's a reminder of the Sierra's constant variety, how quickly the landscape can shift from open expanse to dramatic depth, and how every mile carries its own unique reward. Having crested the ridge, we're once again reminded of just how quickly the Sierra can shift. As we descend towards our first night's camp, the canyon begins to narrow, and with it, the microclimate continues to change. The flora transforms yet again. Junipers and sage reappear, marking the edge where the alpine gradually gives way to the high desert. Looking upward, we're struck by the contrast. The rocky walls rising dramatically above us, while the distant horizon stretches out in long-range views seem endless. It's a mix of intimacy and vastness, of being held close by the canyon yet reminded of the immensity beyond. The air grows warmer with every turn, another signal that the landscape is changing and that we're drawing closer to the end of this adventure. It's the bittersweet realization, each mile bringing us nearer to re-entry, but also gifting us one last chance to be amazed by the raw beauty of the scene. We've descended down through all of the little ecosystems that we ascended through. We're back in the deep, rich, pine trees, and looking off at the view across the valley, we can see the continuation of the Eastern Sierra Mountains. And I just figured, before we get down into the desert, which has its own sense of beauty, but before we get down into the desert and away from all of this, I figured I'd take this opportunity to close out the video and really just kind of reflect on how amazing it's been. I left my house less than 48 hours ago, and I've been able to experience so much. And I'm going home just with a heart that's full of nature and full of all of the beauty that she provides. And I'm just so grateful, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to do this, and that it's not, a day's drive or 2 days drive. It's a slog, but what's 5 hours down a highway to get to experience this? So if you hung in there with me, thank you. If you find value in the content, please follow. Please like and subscribe, I guess. But yeah, it's super quiet, super peaceful, and I just want to take that solitude away with me as I go home and back to work and back to family and back to the things that we do every day. But it's getting out here and recharging the batteries that makes all that possible. Anyway, thanks for coming along.